I'm Eric, 28, and this past week has been the most miserable of my life. I've cried more than I ever thought possible, and the pain feels endless. Losing my wife, Maura, 27, is the hardest part, but it hurts just as much to say that my best friend, Charles, 28, is no longer my friend. Charles and I have been inseparable since we were 8. We played on the same sports teams, our families treated each other like their own, and we were practically brothers. We went through school together, shared a dorm in college, and he was the best man at my wedding. Maura and I met 7 years ago, and we've been married for 4.5 years. I thought we had a solid marriage. We communicated well, planned dates, and shared household responsibilities. We had our fights, but they were small and always resolved quickly. I thought we were happy, so I can't stop wondering what went wrong. How did I lose her? 2 months ago, Charles' long-term girlfriend broke up with him, and he took it hard. Maura and I tried to cheer him up. A week after his breakup, Maura took him out for coffee to offer a woman's perspective while he vented. When she came back, she was upset, ranting about how his ex didn't deserve him. I didn't think much of it then. Over the next few weeks, Maura was on her phone a lot, saying she was texting Charles to lift his spirits. She started running more errands, meeting friends more often, and Charles was acting distant too. I chopped it up to him coping in his own way. Then, last Tuesday, Charles asked me to stop by his place after work. I was excited, thinking he was finally coming around. But when I arrived, I found Maura sitting on his couch, crying. I rushed to comfort her, but Charles stopped me. He had tears in his eyes and said, "Eric, I am so sorry. Maura and I have fallen in love." It felt like the ground was ripped out from under me. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Maura kept saying she was sorry, and they both started talking at once. They said they knew it was wrong, that I didn't deserve this, but they couldn't help how they felt. They talked about how they tried to fight it, but the spark between them had turned into something they couldn't deny. On Sunday, when Maura told me she was going shopping with a friend, she had actually gone to Charles' house, and that's when they slept together for the first time. I begged them to tell me it was a joke, that this wasn't real. But it was. They chose each other, and I was left in pieces. At that moment, they told me there was no going back. They had to face the reality of their love, and that meant they had to come clean to me. I couldn't handle it. I ran out, got in my truck, and drove home as fast as I could. About 10 minutes later, Maura showed up without Charles. When she walked in, I asked her, "Why did you follow me?" She said, "Because I love you, and I don't want you to do anything permanent." I broke down again, begging her not to do this, pleading with her to come back to me. She cried hard, apologizing over and over. I kept asking what I did wrong, what drove her away. Her answers were always the same. "You've done nothing wrong. You've been an amazing husband. I'm the one at fault. I've failed you and fallen for him. We're in love, and I can't stop it. It's not you. It never was you. You deserve great love, and I'm so sorry I failed to give you that." When I finally calmed down, she packed 2 large suitcases with most of her belongings and left that day to move in with Charles. Over the past week, I've received multiple apologies from both of them. Maura has been trying to check on me, telling me she still loves and cares for me, and that she's there if I need her. I've mostly ignored her messages. She texted to make sure I was physically okay, and I responded with a simple yes. Even that felt like too much. She doesn't deserve to know. Charles' parents and Maura's parents called me this week. Both conversations were similar. They told me they love and care for me, and that they're deeply sorry for what happened. They're angry and disappointed in their child's actions, but they won't cut them off because they still love them. However, they can't bear to look at them right now. My family has been supportive, but they live far away. My mom dropped everything to be with me for 3 days, but she had to return to work. My little brother has been checking in, though his emotional depth isn't exactly profound. Still, I appreciate his efforts. I don't know how I'm going to survive this. It has shattered my entire outlook on life. How could this happen? We had a great marriage. I know everyone says that, but we really did. I tried so hard. Maura has repeatedly told me I did nothing wrong, that I was everything and more, but it still happened. If you can do everything right and still end up here, then what hope is there? How can anyone trust anyone if the two most important people in your life can betray you like this?